Hey man, he was in my face.
I'm in your face.
Very good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And thanks for not lighting this place on fire.
You're welcome. That's coming later.
How does one, just in the middle of doing all the things you do, create cars, rockets, all this stuff you're doing, constantly innovating, decide to just make a flamethrower? Where do you have the time for that?
Well, we didn't put a lot of time into the flamethrower. This was an off-the-cuff thing.
Walnut Creek, California. A Tesla was obliterated on Saturday and the driver killed after plowing right into a fire truck. The day before in faraway China, an out-of-control Tesla drives across a bridge and through an intersection before crashing into a bus, killing the driver. Authorities have not determined whether the autopilot was in use in either of these recent crashes. But last week, Tesla announced a massive software upgrade involving 363,000 vehicles, warning the self-driving feature may allow vehicles to travel through intersections in an unlawful or unpredictable manner. Now watch this disturbing video. This Tesla driver appears to be sleeping while driving in Los Angeles.
She is out, sleeping completely.
The woman witnessing it can't believe it.
Knocked out, and this car is driving her.
Which started out as a joke.
Kiki Dola says the driver was that way for 10 minutes.
We had tried to, wake her up, honked for about a good 10 minutes, nothing.
And yet, can you believe it? The very next day, she says she caught more dangerous driving by another Tesla driver.
Not again! Not again!
This time, she says, the driver was distracted for 5 minutes.
No hands on the wheel. Here's somebody else in a Tesla with his hands up, FaceTiming somebody, talking, both hands up in the air. I said, oh my God, not again.
It sounds like these experiences have turned you into a crusader overnight.
Yes, I will tell. If you don't keep your hands on the wheel, I will squeal.
Look at how dangerous that is.
And they have a flamethrower in the merchandising section.
What happened to a Tesla in Florida during last week's hurricane?
See?
It burst into flames. The fire spread to the home and burned it down.
What?
The owner says the car was parked in the garage during the storm. It was not plugged in. Oh, was it? And it was raised when 8 inches of water covered the floor.
What is happening right now?
That is terrifying. So the family, thank goodness they escaped. They lost the house, though. Experts advise that electric cars exposed to salt water be moved at least 50 feet from homes. Holy moly, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, same.
Oh, boy.
Okay, now we know.
Oh, that poor family.
Ray, it's terrible.
And the kids love that one. That's the line. When he pulls out the flamethrower, it's like, we should do a flamethrower.
KCRA3's Leanne Denyer spoke exclusively with the driver about what happened and how grateful he is to have been alone in the car without his children inside.
As Bishal Malla stood alongside firefighters, he was at a loss for words.
I don't know. I'm just speechless at the moment.
His Tesla, a skeleton of what it had been just hours before.
It's just like all gone. And I'm just so lucky to be alive at the moment, and I'm so glad that my family was not there.
He says he was on his way home. He'd been out running errands when the car started shaking.
I pull over to check and see if I have a flat tire or something. And the moment I opened the door, I saw smoke coming from the bottom.
The smoke, he says, quickly turned into large flames. He recorded them on his cell phone as fire crews let the car burn.
It's really difficult for firefighters to stand around and watch, whereas right now a lot of the research and studies say the best thing you can do is just let it burn. The issue with the electric vehicles is access to the batteries. The batteries are what are causing the enormous amount of heat buildup.
The car is about to be towed away. The battalion chief says, though, that once it's gone, someone will have to keep watching it. They have to make sure that those batteries don't reignite.
And even after it's towed to wherever tow yard it's going to, a lot of times the tow yards will submerge the vehicle in water to keep those batteries from flaring back up several hours later and causing another fire.
While Malla found his license plate burnt, his eyes kept going back to something else inside his vehicle, adding to the relief he was alone in the car at the time of the fire.
If you notice, there are 2 baby seats still over there. I have a 1-year-old and 3-year-old.
In Sacramento.
And thought this would be safer for me.
Leanne Denyer, KCRA 3 News.
Well, it's so scary. I'm so glad that he is safe. The battalion chief told us it was unclear to first responders on the scene exactly what started that fire. We do know that Mala is working with his insurance company to try to figure out what's next. But again, he says he is so thankful that he and his family are safe tonight.
So
Does anybody tell you no? Does anybody go, Elon, maybe for yourself, but selling a flamethrower, the liabilities, all the people you're selling this device to, what kind of unhinged people are going to be buying a flamethrower in the first place? Do we really want to connect ourselves to all these potential arsonists?
A fatal and fiery crash overnight in Chambers County. A Tesla driver killed after his Cybertruck burst into flames. Take a look at this. State troopers at the scene of the deadly crash on Fisher Road west of Beach City. And you can see the burned out shell of the Cybertruck after the flames were extinguished. According to investigators, the Tesla driver left the roadway, hit a culvert before the truck caught fire. The driver was dead at the scene. Authorities say it's unclear why that driver lost control. Right now, we're waiting to learn the victim's name. It's believed to be the first fatal crash of a Tesla Cybertruck that's been reported.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. Terrible. Shouldn't buy one.
We are tracking breaking news in the East Bay. A deadly crash has happened in Piedmont early this morning at Hampton Road and King Avenue. That's where ABC 7 News reporter Gloria Rodriguez is right now. Gloria, what's the latest?
Well, you know, the portion of the road where this happened is blocked off and police are here investigating. The coroner's office is also here and we are learning more about what happened. We also have some video to show you. There were 4 people that were in a Tesla Cybertruck which burst into flames. Piedmont Police Captain Chris Monahan tells me that 3 people died and 1 person was injured in this crash. The person injured is in the hospital right now after crews pulled them from the truck. It all happened around 3 o'clock this morning and the truck called 911 after the collision. A resident also called and officers found the truck in flames. Now, it's not clear how fast the truck was going and the cause of the crash is still not known.
I'm not going to speculate on what I think happened. At this point, we don't know, but the vehicle jumped the curb, struck a cement wall, and then wedged in between the wall and a tree.
And this type of accident is rare in this quiet, upscale residential neighborhood. We still don't know the relationship of everyone in the truck, and we're still working on getting more information about the crash. We're also told the tow truck is expected to be here soon to pull that truck out.
I said don't buy this flamethrower. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. That's what I said. But still, people bought it.
Yeah,
there's
they're not
nothing
gonna
I
listen.
could do to stop them.
If you
I
build
could
it,
not
they will
stop
come.
them. I said don't buy it. It's a bad idea.
A brand new Tesla Cybertruck, priced at a staggering $200,000, made headlines after an afternoon drive turned into a dramatic roadside incident. The futuristic vehicle, which has been at the center of global attention for its bold design and cutting-edge technology, came to an abrupt halt on a busy road after catching fire.
It's dangerous. It's wrong. Don't buy it. Still, people bought it. I just couldn't stop them.
Everything burns.
Still, people bought it. I just couldn't stop them.